Um, so this is our moment of the service. Well, it's kind of longer than a moment usually. That I sit down on this stool and we just kind of chill out and we talk about God. We learn about God. And we share what God's done in our life. And not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I spent the weekend with a bunch of youth age kids from age 6 to senior, right?
Yeah.
All right, 6 to senior.
6th grade senior.
Well, yeah, not 6, like the age 6. Oh, man, that would have been a long weekend. From the kids who were in 6th grade to senior. And we as counselors got to see these kids get close to God and see them experience God. And the theme was to immerse ourselves in God and to dive deeper into a relationship with Him. And the verse I'd like to read you guys is found in the book of Revelation. And as I was in the Baptist church as a young kid and becoming up, that's not something you teach little kids, or not little kids, but youth age. We don't really dive into Revelation a lot. But the verse here I found very powerful. I'd heard it before, but this weekend brought a whole new meaning to it. And it's found in Revelation chapter 3, verse 15 and 16. I know your deeds, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth. And to hear God say that you need to make a choice. You're either with me or you're against me. You're either hot or you're cold. And if you're lukewarm, that's not what I want. I want nothing to do with that. I will spit you out of my mouth. How many times do we find ourselves as Christians saying that we are Christians and we come to church and we sing the praise songs and we learn the music and we learn the words and we know the Bible stories that we learned since we were little, but we use God as a crutch, which is okay, but we only use it when we think we need it. When things are going wrong, when things aren't going our way, we turn to God. And when things are good and we're happy, we forget about it. And when things go wrong, we think, oh, okay, this is something God can help me with. And we use the Bible and we use Christ as almost an encyclopedia to look back and find out what we're supposed to do. Instead, what we need to do is just dive deeper into this and be the Christian that's completely hot, that is so hot that we just want to run out of the church and tell people. And people can even see that we're hot before we even start talking to them. They see us coming towards them and they think, here comes one of them crazy Christians. That's what I want. That's exactly what we need to be. People need to see that we are just on fire for Christ and that we just want to love Him. And because He loves us, we want to love those people. Jesus hung out with lepers. Jesus hung out with tax collectors. I don't like to hang out with my tax collector. They take my money. Sometimes they give me money. But Jesus hung out with the people that we look down upon. And we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. Most people in this church, I guarantee, were guilty of it. And at some point or another, we've saw a person that we, didn't really want to go talk to because they weren't the cleanest, or they weren't the smartest, or they weren't the prettiest, or they weren't the most handsome, or they weren't the richest, because we didn't see anything there that we could gain ourselves. We as Christians need to not look for what we can gain ourselves. An experience that I saw this afternoon with my buddy Jeff Myers. The both of us have been volunteering for a hospice agency here recently. We are going to care homes and we're playing old hymns, which is expanding my musical talents. And all we do is we go in, we introduce ourselves, we sit down in a folding chair or whatever chair they have for us, and we sing and play hymns for these people that don't always get visitors, usually don't. Working in a nursing care home, I see these people like this. And we just get to hang out with them. We just get to be with them. And to see how happy they are, there's nothing that, me and Jeff aren't being paid for this. Me and Jeff, there's nothing we're gaining from it except blessings. And if we give ourselves selflessly, and by no means am I boasting me or Jeff at all, I'm not talking myself up, but if we give of ourselves and not think of what we can get in return, that's what Christ wants us to do. And He'll bless you by instances like this. There was a lady that we got to play with, or we got to play for and sing for. She's in her bed. She probably doesn't have much time left. Her health is failing. And we went in. She was smiling. She seemed happy. And I asked her, or both of us asked her if I hope we could sing a song for her. If we could sing In the Garden, which is a song I was brought up with. Most of you probably know. And she said she didn't know it. And I said, well, okay. I'll sing, we'll play, and you can just enjoy it. And I truly believe that she didn't know it, because after hearing it, she was raised Catholic all of her life. I mean, she probably didn't hear the song. And she sang every word of it. And she just smiled and had her eyes closed, and she was just so peaceful. And then when the song was over, she said, that was a beautiful song, I've never heard it before. And it just sent chills down my spine to know that she just got these words, and she knew them instantly. And maybe she did hear the song at some point in her life, and she thought she forgot, but as we played it and we sang it, she sometimes sang over me. And it was all me and Jeff could do to keep it together, to keep playing the song for her. And she was just so happy. If we go out into this world, and we just love people, we just hang out with them, we talk with them, just like we're doing here tonight. If we just hang out and share our love for God, the blessings are unreal, and we can just reach people like you wouldn't believe.